Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of the Ghost Layers Report. I'm always Ryan, right here in today, Adachiku, Tokyo, Japan. Okay, so let's get into something a bit interesting here. It appears that a company who goes by the name of Mouton Family, they're a meat processing company, and appears Iwate, I believe. Yeah, they have this restaurant they've been working with in just a few blocks away from Shinjuku. It's pretty much in Shinjuku, exactly where they're at. They decided to deliberately sell beef with cesium in it. Okay, now before we go off here, let's look at the details of this. Now, the person who was doing this was a Michi Shuhiro Anada, the person who is responsible for this. Now, the first thing they say is, like, when you sit down to order, they say, please feel free to say no if you don't want to eat it. We got cesium-free items as well. Okay. I think if I walk into that restaurant, they offer me which one, I think I know which one I'm taking. But oh no, people are actually coming. Now, these are not people off the street. Now, don't let them fool you. The people who were actually coming in were customers of the Mouton family business. I called them up, said, come on down here. Eat it. You buy it all the time. How about you help us out by coming here and eating it in public, and everyone will see you're eating it. Now, they say that all of the meat they were serving the people well below the government's provisional limit of 500 BQ. But, that's one point. Let's look at another point of this, right? Now, how much cesium-137 is natural in the environment? Let's see here. Wait a minute. Zero cesium-137 is found naturally in nature. So they say, oh, it's such a light level. These are 6, 5 BQ. It's no problem. Alright. Compared to what? So if it's naturally 0 in nature, then that would mean 0 amount is safe. Now, he said the point of this is to show people what safety in food really is. Okay, so something that's not found naturally in nature, you're trying to serve as safe, and how you justify it is by saying that it's below the government limit. Alright. It sounds like you're relying more on politics than you are science to decide what is safe food in Japan. Now, they said about the beef, they said the beef is fed on wild grass. Should be safer and taste richer, says Amina, who has been producing all her ham and sausage and beef and things without chemical seasoning or additives. Alright, okay, very good. Use organic stuff. But that wild grass that the beef is feeding on, that's all well and good. But where do you think the cesium in the beef came from? Yeah, came from that wild grass you've been feeding the cow. But you say that's okay because I'm gonna rely on politics to tell me what's safe or not instead of looking at science. Science will tell you again, not natural in the environment. So that would mean that any level is not safe. Okay? So this gets into a bigger issue. Alright? Of who businesses in Japan are listening to. Where are they getting their sense of ethics from with radiation right now? This report clearly shows that a lot of businesses in Japan are relying on politics to tell them what's safe. Relying on the government, which is, Christ, totally proven itself not to be reliable at all. And at this point, I'm shocked anyone would consider them credible enough to tell you what is a safe level of radiation in food. And it would be common sense, I would imagine, to look up the real science of it, to really look into it and find out what is natural. Because to decide if it's safe or not and make a comparison, you would naturally need to know what the natural level of something is. And you compare that to what we have now. And you would see how much would start to affect us, all right, to make a decent comparison. But there's no comparison here. There's nothing to compare to what is safe. Because there's nothing natural in the environment that matches this type of radiation. So that's what you got going on for a lot of businesses, in Japan. Totally relying on politics to make a buck, instead of relying on sound science and ethics when they go about business. This is typical when you have this type of market Japan has. Very neoliberal, very a lot of cronyism, a lot of government and business being a bit too close to each other for comfort. Yeah. So what do you think about the Cesium beef restaurant here in Shinjuku? With the Iwate meat processor bringing in his poisoned meat and selling it to people and making it try to look like it's people off the street when actually it was regular customers that buy from him all the time. He called them up and said, come on down. So you don't even get a fair reaction from people. You get people who are already decided that they're also going to follow politics and let that tell them what's safe and not safe and come on down and say, it's good, yeah, doesn't bother me. Alright, look, man, I'm not buying this. This is another publicity stunt. This time it's coming from the private industry, not government. You know? So we have a situation now where not only the government is selling us out to make profit, but the private sector is starting to sell us out. The private food sector. Let me be specific on that one, right? The private food sector is selling us out. So you see the cozy relationship that's going to develop there? Yeah, it's going to happen. I predict it right now. The government's going to start to cozy up to these meat producers, these slaughterhouses, these farmers, and use all these political pressure and all these political talking points to get them to agree that the level the government sets based on politics is safe, and that we can work together to sell this beef and make a buck. Sell this pork, what have you, to make a buck. Because if we stand behind this and we say it enough times and we make it big enough, the common people will start to believe it. I mean, you're taking a page right out of Nazi Germany, where their propaganda minister said, if you're going to tell a lie, tell a big lie. And you tell that lie over and over and over and over again. And eventually, your lie will become the truth in the minds of the masses. Something to think about right before I sign off, okay? So please, leave your comments in the comment box below. If you want to leave a video response, you're more than welcome to do that. I always love having interactions with people. So, as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's Freedom WV, the Ghost Layers Report. So, until next time, guys, this is me, Ryan, here in Adachi-ku, my home turf, here in Tokyo. Checking out.